Who we got next, Alex?
I think it's Nina Nunes and Cynthia Carvillo. But let me check. Yeah, let's go that one, even if it's not on the schedule.
So this is actually, I don't know if you remember, like maybe last month, you and I were talking about this fight because this is a rescheduled fight. They were supposed to fight on the same card as Holloway versus Volkanovski.
Yeah, if I got it good. Or no, I was thinking Dos Anjos and Fiziev, I think. Maybe they rescheduled twice.
No, so maybe it was the Dos Anjos,
Yeah, I
but
think that was that was the card that they were scheduled to fight, and I think they postponed it. I think Nina illness. That's what I found. That
yep.
was the reason. So now they're gonna square off. And what do you think here? I think this was what's hard for me to analyze. Like their both styles are not that attractive. Like if
Hmm.
you go to the previous fight, they had like together six performance of the night. If you go to Nina Nunez and Cynthia Carvalho, like I don't know how many together. I think they have like 10, 15, close to 20 fights in UFC. No performance of the night, no fight of the night. So they're not super, how to say, exciting fighters, but like still, this fight is going to be interesting. So,
For me, Cynthia Calvillo, she's someone that when she first got into the UFC, I was paying attention to because she's so scrappy and she had like crazy submissions, crazy ways to just end up on the back. And I don't know. I since then she's had like weight issues. Sometimes she misses weight. Sometimes she balloons up and just moves up a weight class and maybe looks a little bit slower. But I don't know. For me, judging by like when she's at her best, she's a dog, and I think she has like the abilities for sure to beat Nina Nunes, but she is on a three-fight losing streak, albeit to like some pretty tough women in the division. So if she shows up, if she comes correct, and again, she's not the one that pulled out with medical issues, so I think she's in maybe better shape than Nina Nunes. I'm picking Calvillo to win. However, I talked a little bit about momentum, and Nina Nunes, her wife Amanda, just had an excellent fight. A championship fight, and she won. So I don't know. Maybe she could get some rub from her girl Amanda. But I'm pulling for Calvillo. Just a decision. She's gonna scrap on the feet, and I'm hoping we see some of her like prime jujitsu come out because when she's on, she's on that neck, she's on that back, and it's just fun to watch.
yeah, I agree with you. Like old, how to say, old from the past, like
Yeah.
Cynthia, like you said. But like now, what's happening with her? Like you said, three losing strike. She came again like up to flyweight.
Hmm.
Because like as you said, she was missing the weight and everything, and she had as her return, like she had a win over Jessica I in 5 round. Was it 5 round? I think yeah, it was main event. Like so she got like a pretty high spot. Like but after that, like I think against who she went like tall girl like Caitlin choked.
Stukagan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was her first loss of those three in a row, and then
Yeah.
she got destroyed by Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
And after that, the last fight, like she didn't even stand up from the stool. She didn't
Yeah.
show up in the third round. And I mean, she got beat up, but not that bad. So it's the question, like you said, how she faded over time. Like
Hmm.
are we gonna see that like a vintage Cynthia Calvillo? I don't think so. But also like she's 35. Nina Nunez is 36. But like she had like I think big breaks, like because of the
Yeah,
baby, like putting Amanda career in the first spot, and like it's
almost a year and a half since her last fight. Yeah,
yeah, I think like, and when she came back, she had a fight against Tatiana Suarez, who is
yeah,
undefeated. I think 8-0, and that girl looks like, I don't know. Like, unfortunately, I think she didn't have a fight since fight with Nina Nunes.
yeah.
But I
She's had some bad neck injuries, but yeah, I really liked watching her fight. She was like a female Khabib, just mauling.
yeah, that's the type of the girls that I like to watch. That bring some excitement. Like not just like going for the finish.
Yeah,
And after that, like, okay, I'm not gonna take anything bad to it. She had a loss against Mackenzie Dern by
yeah.
submission in the first round, but think uh, I think the Calvillo is not in that, she's fading. Especially like, I mean, it's so hard to mentally return. You didn't get up from the stool. Like it
Yeah.
was your decision to to not go back to the cage, and now you're coming back. It's a question how it's gonna be, and what you said previously about like she's coming against after Amanda taking her title back. That amazing camp, amazing fight. I mean, I don't know, his camp was amazing, but like she was in that camp, like she probably like train all the time, like
Yeah.
prepare good, and now especially like she was through all the process of Amanda getting back. So I think, like you said, probably something rub off, and we can see really good, uh, maybe her best match so far. So that's something that I'm aiming for, especially like I think she's slight underdog. I think plus 145.
Nina is
Yeah,
Nunes.
Nina. Yeah. So like how I like underdogs, and especially like I think Cynthia Calvillo is small for that weight. That's why like you
Hmm.
can see against the Andrade how she got blows. And I don't
She
think
should
she.
be a 115 pounder for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and she cannot like. I don't think maybe against the cage she can take down Nina Nunez, but in a open space, not for sure. So that's the question: how much like fight left in her? She would really have to grind
Hmm.
to get a takedown, and then she has some chance. Like in stand up, I think no, she's just smaller.
That's one thing that's kind of like frustrating for me as a Calvillo fan is like she will fight these strikers and she tries to strike with them. Warden, she should be trying to grapple with them. One thing though is like if Nina Nunes is winning a fight, it's usually when she's pressing you up against the cage. So she's also going to be looking for grappling. And I think that might be good for Calvillo. She lost three in a row against really good strikers, and now she gets a woman that will try to maybe tie up with her and grapple with her. But again, like watching Nunes fight, Amanda Nunes, that is, having like the best strategy she's ever had, best game plan. If that rubbed off on Nunes, then maybe Nino she won't try to grapple with Calvillo this time because, like you said, like she doesn't have the best striking. So it really depends on how Nina Nunes wants to strategize because unfortunately it looks like lately Cynthia just wants to strike, which is not a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's the biggest like how to say. I think the biggest problem like that she's not mixing it up with her wrestling.
Mhm.
Like she would be even more dangerous in her striking department if she gives them like to worry about the takedown. Like, but I think she just like um, both her fights. I think in the third round against Caitlyn, she was like pressing a little bit more that she wanted to take down, but when she already knew that she's losing,
It's too late. Yep.
yeah, it's too late. Like I think her strategy should be from beginning like okay, you want to strike now more, but like at least give them something to think about it. And if you manage to take them down, go to your best abilities to try to grapple and try to finish that fight.
Hmm.
So I think I have some feeling that Nina Nunez will get this one. I'm just like too much worried about like where she's at, because for me, if you didn't get up from the stool, that's a big warning sign. and I think especially like that she's her favorite. I wouldn't pick her. I'm gonna pick Nina Nunes.
All right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like, you never know where these fighters are at mentally, and if you're not getting up from the stool, that's not a good look.
Yep. Let's